So Eula is a character coming in the 1.5 update for Genshin, and will probably be the second banner of the update, because most likely Zhongli will be the first banner to release in there. So to help people prepare for Eula, we're going to use the information that I have noticed and we've been told from the 1.5 special program to decide and make ideas right now what would be Eula's most useful weapons and what are the best ones to use for her, so you can prepare to get her when her banner drops in the update. So if you do enjoy this little guide and want to support me, feel free to sub, because only 4.7% of watch reviews are subscribed. And if you're new or returning to the channel, we do Genshin Impact guides, discussions, gameplay, anything in between. And I'm trying to do YouTube full time, and I need your guys' help so I can do that. So let's get into it. So we can already look at the weapons that Eula uses. So to notice, we need to understand what she does. So a lot of her trailer and resources that have been shown for her already in the program and in the trailer for the update in general is that it's got a heavy emphasis on her auto attacks, or her normal attack ability, so just pressing left click. And it looks like that attack chain is fast and has a heavy emphasis on physical and cryo damage. Now Eula is a cryo claymore user, so that means that she can proc superconduct, which lowers the enemy's physical resistance. So something that we need to take into account is probably physical resistance will be one of her strongest traits to build. Same with attack percent. Energy recharge looks like it could be useful for her, but her burst, which was described in the program, was that it is kind of like a sword that follows her and it drops down and just does a lot of damage. So I mean, you could try and make like a burst nuke kind of build, but it seems to be told that you have to gain a bunch of stacks first, so so it's not gonna be like an instant thing. You're gonna be gaining stacks and then you can drop it down, from what I've seen. So we're going to talk about the weapons in the archive, because there's a lot of options you can choose here. Now obviously I don't have all the claymores unlocked, so they'll be grayed out. So if you're starting off in the game, let's say you just made a new account and you're trying to get a Eula, because I know a lot of people are still joining Genshin to this day, so hello new players, welcome to the game, hope you guys enjoy it. But the two weapons that I'd recommend early game would be Debate Club or Skyrider Greatsword. Now, Debate Club's the easier one of the two to get, because you can get it in the gacha, but just by pulling. If you played the game for more than 5 seconds, you probably got one of them, because you probably got one while pulling on, I didn't even the starter banner. But Skyrider Greatsword, you can find it in chests in Leeway, I believe, and you can find it on top of one of the mountains in Leeway in the southeast of the map. Now, both of them are really good. This Greatsword here provides a lot of physical provides a bit of a physical damage bonus, so you can use it for a tiny bit. And Debate Club, whilst attack percent, you can't go wrong with a Debate Club, it's very strong. However, later on in the game, you'll be able to upgrade that weapon to get it to a Prototype Archaic. Now, the Prototype Archaic is a lot better than the Debate Club, because it has a higher base attack and it has a higher attack percentage. So Prototype Archaic is a lot better than the Debate Club. And the other thing you can get is you can get Stone Star Silver. Now, that's an upgrade from the Skyrider Greatsword, which provides a lot of physical attack bonus. If you're doing a lot of physical and physical damage only, then Snowtube Star Silver will be a good option for Eula. Now, there's weapons that you don't want to use on her. Now, it's a very simple list of weapons you don't want to use. For example, 3 stars you don't want to use. You don't want to use the White Iron Greatsword, the Pharaoh Shadow, or the Blood Taking Greatsword. They're not very good options for her. And in the 4-star category, I can really list off the ones that you shouldn't be using, or aren't very good. The Bell, HP percent. I mean, I don't think she's going to be using HP percent, but if you have it, I mean, I guess, if you don't have anything else. Rain Slasher, don't. Elemental Mastery isn't the greatest with Cryo, and it only gives you additional damage against Hydro and Electro, so what you're going to be fighting Slime, so that's the situation where it's going to be good for. White Blind gives you defense, but the passive ability is alright, it's just that the White Blind ability isn't that good. Now, we can get into the decent weapons for us, so if you're planning to build a Eula as a support character, Favonius Greatsword could be okay, because, I mean, if you're just trying to use her for a burst potential and burst potential only, then I guess you could use it. However, I don't think she's going to be a great support character, because I feel like she needs to be on the field for her abilities to be active, so Favonius Greatsword might be okay. Sacrificial Greatsword, if she's got a long cooldown, which I don't think she would be because of her artifact set, describes only like proccing one, you've got a 7-second time limit, so I'm guessing her ability cooldown is less than 7 seconds because of that artifact set. So Sacrificial Greatsword, good for energy recharge, probably bad because the cooldowns are quite low on her. Royal Greatsword, I mean, you could if you really wanted to use it for crit rate, I guess, but I mean, there's better options, like the Blackcliff Slasher over here. Blackcliff is pretty good. The Blackcliff Slasher is pretty good for her because it gives her crit damage. Now, if Eula has a lot of crit rate, Blackcliff Slasher could be good for her if you haven't got anything else. But if you need crit rate, on the other hand, Serpent Spine is also an okay option for her because I think she gets stacked while she's on the field. Now, Lithic Blade, it's like a mid-tier one because you get a good attack percent. However, you're going to need to have leeway characters on your team to make out for it. You won't get the full effect because Eula is a monster character, so be careful with the Lithic Blade. But if I was to pick two weapons to use, it'd be Prototype Archaic or Snow Team Star Silver. They're very free-to-play options because you'll be able to get them for free. Like, you can get Snow Team by just going on Dragon Spine and exploring it. And the Prototype Archaic, you can get it for free by going to the Leeway Jewelry store and you'll be able to pick it up. Now, in terms of 5-star weapons for Eula, there's a few that you could be using. Now, we'll go through the ones that currently exist. Wolf's Gravestone. Out of the 3 we got here, Wolf's Gravestone is probably the best one for her out of those 3. Because, well, it's got attack percent. Same stats as the Unforged, however, the difference between Wolf's Gravestone and Unforged is that Eula doesn't have a shield, so therefore the Wolf's Gravestone passive is going to be a lot better for her. Unforged, if you have it, I mean, and you're not using it on anyone, and you want the stats and the stats only, then I guess you could use it for the minute, but Skyway Pride, I mean, it's got energy recharge, it's okay, it's got decent attack stats, but, you know, it's not the best 5-star out there for her. But the main thing we're going to mention is her best weapon, obviously, and it comes to no surprise to anyone here, is that it's going to be the new weapon in the update. So we have the energy for the end bow. Well, we're going to get a great sword. That's kind of similar to that, but I think it would give it gives physical attack damage instead of elemental mastery. So yeah, if you want the best weapon for a Eula, it will probably be the new one that's coming out with her banner. So yeah, those are weapons to pull. Now, obviously, I know a lot of people have questions that they'll probably want me to answer, so, I mean, you try and comment down below. I mean, if my conversations get, like, too bombarded with questions, I'll try and answer as many as I can, but I hope you guys do enjoy it. If you're pulling for Eula, tell me what weapon are you planning to use for her. I'm also going to be making a Yanfei guide as well soon, because I feel like a lot of people will be pulling for Yanfei as well, so it'd be nice to try and get a guide out as well for her weapon sets and how to prepare for her. Also as well, I'll also make artifact guides as well, like I do for most characters, though the artifacts for Eula and Yanfei seem to be very, very simple because a lot of them seem to be using either the new artifact set, which will be the second one, it's like the physical damage one, and Yanfei will probably be using a lot of Crimson Witch or Gladiator's pieces, so I'll make a guide for that as well, so you guys can prepare and grind for that as well, because I know artifact grind takes a long time, so I'll make a guide for that as well in a couple of days' time. So I hope you guys do enjoy it. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy it, please drop me a sub. If you would like, comment down below. I hope you're all having a lovely day. Take care, and I'll see you all in another video soon.